Hey guys. So I wanted to talk about triggers because I just had one. I had one of those trigger moments where a certain person that will not be named triggered the bejesus out of me. Said something that just was so unconscious, was so I'm not even going to go there, but what I want to address in this video is that sometimes we get triggered. Well, a lot of times we get triggered. And when we don't step back and look at why we're being triggered and really observe the situation, so normally I would, in the past, I would lash back out and I would just be like, blame the other person and, do what I always do and get mad or whatever. And I did get frustrated. I was doing the dishes and I was trying not to slam dishes around. But when we are in that situation, we really have to step back and really observe ourselves and see, okay, what's really going on here? Is it really what that person said? Or is it how we feel about ourselves? How is it we feel about, is it a trigger from a past event? Which generally it's either one of those two things. It's how we feel about ourselves, probably on top of what happened to us in the past. And we never healed that past wound that happened to us. So I stepped outside for a minute and I just, I was doing dishes and I was trying not to slam dishes, and I was like, okay, I need to take a breather. But it's, for me, the general theme of what happened was there is a lack of communication in this relationship, and a complete and utter lack of communication. And so when something is said out of total unconsciousness, they just say it. They don't even think about it. It's like, like, are you even thinking about what you're saying right now? Like, are you even digesting what you're saying? Like, no, you're not. And so for me, in my situation, I'm having to learn in my life right now how to digest people that they mean well, or they just don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they're feeling sometimes even. And I'm a very sensitive person. And so it's just a hard, digesting unconsciousness in people. And I have those I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not. But I just had a very big trigger moment a minute ago. And I figured I'd make a video out of this because I want to be real with you guys. I don't want to be one of those, women that come on YouTube and they're like, they give all these lessons and pretending that they're perfect. And most of you guys that know me, I'm nowhere near perfect. But I am trying. And I'm trying to become a better person one day at a time. I'm doing the work, at least the work that I feel is important, spiritual work, to become better. And so anyway, it was just, it catches you off guard. Like you don't even realize when it's like hitting you, like, or when it comes at you. Like, this person just literally just said this out of the blue, and it was like, I just felt like I was caving in. Like, I just felt so frustrated and I didn't know what to do. And so anyway, bottom line of this video is that if you feel triggered, you have to step back from the situation and really see why is it you're triggered. Instead of just being triggered and automatically reacting and then it becoming like this big drama, you have to step back from it and look at it from a spiritual perspective. Did you have something happen in the past that made you feel the way you're feeling now? And I can see from that trigger that I just had, I know exactly what it's from my past, also from this relationship that I have with this person. I can see why I had that trigger reaction that I did. And the reason I'm making this video is because it's very important for us to understand the importance of being the observer. And I've said this in many of my videos, being the observer, realizing when you are being just reactive out of the ego, just spouting off at the mouth or whatever, versus stepping back and realizing this is one of those moments. This is one of those moments when I get the opportunity to learn more about my own wounding, my own trauma, what happened to me in the past, how I can heal that, and also how I can not cause more damage to the current relationship that I have. Whether it's a relationship that you know is probably not going to last, or whether it's a relationship that you want to really nurture and grow, it doesn't matter. Love is love, like we have to just live as much as we can out of love. And a part of living out of love is observing ourselves and knowing when we're reacting out of unconsciousness and just like, the robotic mentality, versus really just stepping back and observing that person. It's very important to do. But I felt like this video, it was just like a spur of the moment thing. I knew I needed to make it. Like, as soon as I calmed down, I stepped outside. That's why I got my hat on. I bought a new hat. Hurley. I love it. It's like Christmassy. It's like green. But I went outside and I just walked the dog for a second, and I was just like, okay, calm down. Breathe. And came back in and I was like, oh my God, I got to make a video about this because this will help someone. I don't care if it helps just one person. It matters to me, whoever it helps. And it's a part of my work as a coach, writer, whatever, that's a big part of the journey, is big part of the spiritual journey is learning how to observe yourself, to step back from the drama king or queen, the egotistical way of living, and to really step into your sovereignty and to witness that person that wants to react, that wants to have the drama, which is the ego, versus the spirit, which wants to just experience. The spirit just wants to experience. The spirit just wants to know the contrast, between the more negative aspects of life versus the positive. We're souls. We just want to experience. It's the ego that wants the drama, that wants to feed on the negativity and all that stuff. So bottom line of this video is, when you find yourself in a situation where you're triggered, just step back. Even if you really don't want to, you just want to attack, be like, okay, gosh darn it, you've had it. And I do fall into that sometimes. But there's people placed in our lives at certain times for a certain reason. And or for a certain reason, for certain time. I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's a reason there's a reason that the people that are in your life, there's a reason that they're there, and we have to honor that, even if they trigger the fuck out of you. You have to honor that, and realize that it's their life lessons, and that you can use the people and the circumstances in your life to rise above. You can use the people and the circumstances in your life to grow, to evolve, to become that more, the version of yourself that is not impeded by the people or circumstances of your life. You become the person that is more at peace, that has more love and joy in your life, feels more expanded. And the more you do this, the more you practice this spiritual practice, the more you become free of the triggers, the more you become free of the, just that nasty feeling, I mean, imagine walking around and every time someone triggers you, you're like, fuck you, I mean, it's like that person on the highway that's like has road rage, or the person in the grocery store that's like rude, or in the restaurant that's rude, to every single person. It's like they have so much trauma built up and they have so much unconsciousness in them. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea. And it's our job on this spiritual awakening journey to really step back and, no matter what, to witness when we feel triggered, to not, well, first of all, not to lash out, which is very hard to do. It's still a struggle for me sometimes. But more importantly, we have to learn how to just step back, become the observer, witness what's going on, what's really going on, not what we think's going on, what's really going on underneath the surface. So that's my message. You might have to, I don't know if sometimes I feel like my videos are a little bit not put together well enough, because I just literally thought of this video and I was like, I'm going to just do it. I'm just going to, come on, I'm going to do it. Whatever comes out, comes out. And that's just kind of how I roll sometimes. And I look horrible, by the way. I'm a vain person. Most of you know that. I have almost no makeup on. And I have one of my husband's shirts on, which is like 2 sizes too big. But I wanted to make this video because it was just important to me. It's a message for, as a coach, I feel it was important to make. But it's a good message for most of us, because we're all triggered. We all, we have to step out of that unconsciousness. We have to step out of that automatic reaction, it's important. So anyway, I hope this helped at least one of you that watches this video. Like and subscribe if you like my content. And I love you guys. It's almost Thanksgiving. I bought a bunch of groceries today. Did a lot of, just running around and cleaning house and stuff like that. So, love you guys. Talk soon. Bye.